me tell you my story.
My skin is always like this.
Let's talk about sex and put an end to fossil fuel exploitation to prevent environmental catastrophe.
Thanks. So I made that track as like a reflection of my grade 12 year and a reflection of my Greenstone project. Kind of doesn't really make sense, but that's what it is. I want to tell you all a story about how I got to this point. Ever since I was a little waddler, music was always in my life. And my first memory with music is a bit of a strange one. My dad owned a large hi-fi sound system and would enjoy playing bass-heavy music like dub, reggae, rock, anything he could really get his hands on. When he played these tunes, I would break out into breakdancing in the middle of the lounge. This was when I was like 5 years old. And I was completely serious about this at the time, but other people thought it was pretty funny rather than groovy. But I remember this feeling so vividly of bass running through my body, down through my organs and down to my toes. A feeling of euphoric awe, a feeling I could never ever explain and still can never ever explain. My interest in music continued to grow as I watched my father's rock band rehearse every once in a while. This feeling was there again. However, it was a different feeling this time. These were real musicians playing in front of me. And that feel and sweat bouncing off every inch of their body, and it was amazing. However, I could never understand why they would do this. They were never making any money, they weren't gaining fame, but later I'd find out it was for the love of music. That's my dad, the bald one there, with his leopard print singlet on. Pretty cool dude. So years went by, and I started collecting my own music. I would go in and out of phases of liking rock, reggae, hip-hop, etc. Eventually getting to the stage where I really wanted to create my own sound and my own music. So my brother told me to download FL Studio, an extremely complex program when I was 12 years old. his friends were using it at the time to make their own hip-hop and electronic music. So I decided to do that. And yeah, so I did so. And and I didn't know how big this learning curve was going to be. It was huge. I mean, reverb, phaser, flanger, you can just see here, like this is really complex stuff for a 12-year-old. It was really weird. But I began making my own dubstep under the alias of Triple P, quite the badass alias. Yeah. Years went by, and I moved to Greenstone, and I continued like being completely obsessed with my music, and I would find any time I could to make music, before school, after school, during school, even during Kyle's math class. Sorry about that, Kyle, wherever you are. That's why I got bad grades, man. I joined the school band, and I learned to play with others, and this was like the most exciting time of my life in music. And in the time, that's me, by the way. Yep, great picture. That's the band there, us playing. And in the 3 years of us playing, we've won 2 of the the Bali International School Battle of the Bands Awards, which is pretty amazing. But all this is aside the point. I began making music because I wanted my own sound, and it's really helped me a lot. And I'll explain. Growing up, I really didn't have the perfect household. One of the big issues being my dad's alcohol addiction, and that was some rough times. And nights that could have been spent listening to the fights echoing throughout the house and being depressed, were rather spent with my headphones on, really having a night of discovery and beautiful nights. And that was amazing. And I wanted to know why this happened. I mean, that's crazy. So I did some research about music therapy, and I found out about that. So I found out about binaural beats, which is basically, there's a lot of research done on this, and when our brains experience something, or when we're doing something, our brain runs at a certain frequency. So basically, when we have a high frequency, when our brain is running at a high frequency, we're very awake, we're very excited, we're very happy. But when we have low frequency, we're very down, sad, or feel sick, or something like that. You probably have heard hippies and Uber talking about that a bit, increasing your frequency. And by the way, if frequency for you guys, if you don't know, it's basically the rate at which something is repeated at. So, wouldn't it be amazing if we could increase our frequency with music, which we can do? And so, there's 5 different frequency modes that we know how to obtain at the moment through binaural beats by listening to sound waves, basically. The first one being gamma mode, 40 to 80 hertz, which is often associated with the herd mentality, and which, ironically enough, is what electronic dance music kicks, the frequency which the kick is like found at. So that's probably why a lot of, when you go to a club or something, when the DJ says dance, you dance, and when he says jump, you jump. Probably something to do with that. Then there's beta mode, often associated with wakefulness and concentration. Thought that was a good depiction of that. Alpha mode is 7 to 12 hertz and is often associated... did I just say that? No. Alpha mode is 7 to 12 hertz, often associated with a non-drowsy, relaxed state where most people daydream and get creative ideas, and as it also promotes learning, which is pretty cool. Theta mode is 3 to 5 hertz, which is often associated with inspirational levels of consciousness, and delta mode is 0.001 hertz to 3 hertz, usually associated with deep sleep, and you don't really feel anything in this wave mode. The reason our brains do this is because of biomusical entrainment, which is basically supposedly only humans get this, but it's when our bodies can link up with sound. So say when you're listening to music, sometimes your heartbeat will match the beat of the song or something like that. So our brain can do the same thing with frequencies, which is an amazing thing. Now, this is all like great research and stuff, but the thing is, it can be used for bad, and is still being used for bad right now, actually. In World War One, the Nazis actually decided to tune all instruments differently. They decided to make basically a standard tuning of 440 hertz on the A string or the A key on a piano. Now, before this, it was actually 432 hertz, and basically what this did is it actually shuts off a little bit of the brain where you have a lot of emotion or something like that. So when the Nazis were going to war, they were hearing this music that was being played to them, and rather than thinking about why they were going to go shoot somebody, they were instead thinking about just how accurately they could shoot, or like the mathematics behind how they're doing it, which is pretty disgusting. And the thing is, all music today is still in that tuning, so kind of messed up. But after all the scientific research I'd done, I found out about something called intention. And intention is basically, intention in music is when, so say if I make a song with the intention of love or happiness, people on the receiving end will feel that love and happiness, and really, and they will link up with what I'm trying to express. Even though it's my music would be made in 440 tuning, people still feel that, and they still learn and feel that love. So basically what I decided is, as my Greenstone kind of message to everyone, is really feel the intention of the music you listen to, and make sure it's a good one, because musicians put a lot of effort into that. And if anybody makes music, make sure that intention is good, and not for money, because a lot of people are doing that nowadays, and it's not good. So, yeah, that's it.